In the front court for Wise, on the top to the left side. And on the dribble, this is going to be Johnson. Johnson will get it up to Ross, down the lane on Henry. They're short and no good. Rebound by Henry, the Pioneers have it. Actually, it's Belton with that board. On line for three. No. Back iron, rebound, tipped, and saved by Wise. And it'll be Virginia Wise basketball into the front court as Peyton Sams. Sams gives it up to Van Zandt on a switch right down the lane, put it up off the glass and back to them. 2-0 Cavaliers. So 2-0, and into the third court with the basketball is going to be Sophie Henry. On the right side, this will be Belton for the Pioneers. We'll hand it off to Arnwine. Arnwine taken by Ross, man-to-man defense, and then Arnwine with the little tough run, a little bit off balance, is no good, and the rebound taken by the Cavs. On the run to the front court is Peyton Sams. Sams tries to get it up inside. It's deflected on the play by Dixon. It'll be an inbound situation for the Highland Cavaliers. They wear their all-red uniforms with the white letters and numbers trimmed in black and white. On the inbound, Johnson spinning on Henry, draws a double team, put it off the glass and back to them. It's 4-0. Pioneers in their all-white, taken into the front court. This will be Sophie Henry across the strike for Tusculum. At the top of the key, Caitlin Ross will defend her for the moment. Van Zandt is taking Arnold. On to the right side is Dixon. Dixon gets a screen. She'll try a three. No. And the rebound comes down to Van Zandt. One and down for the Pioneers. No offensive rebound opportunity so early. Ross skips it to Van Zandt, lobbing it to Johnson from the foul line, taken by Belton. Spinning on Belton, shooting over Belton and missing. And the rebound stolen as it's taken away by Caitlin Berger. Berger has it. To the top is Kayla Johnson for a three. This one is no good. The rebound taken by Arnold and secured by the Pioneers. 4-0 Virginia Wise. Top of the key, this will be Rogers, will take off down the lane, and she goes airborne as she draws some contact and will go to the free throw line. And the foul is on Caitlin Ross. It'll be her first, and team foul number 1 on Wise. And Rogers, yeah, I knew she drew some contact, but kind of embellished it a little bit. Well, Pioneers off to an 0-for-4 start from the field. Some emotions probably running in here in this starting group. But we're going to have to start making shots from the free throw line. Rogers missing. So we're 0-for-4 from the field, 0-for-1 at the free throw line. We're down 4-0. Rogers, who had a 12-point game all the way back in November against this group in 24 minutes of play, with 4 of 6 at the free throw line in that game. She's made 1 of 2. It's a 4-1 Cavalier lead. 7.5 to play in the opening quarter. Across the stripe, this will be Caitlin Ross. First team all-conference from the season ago. Left side is Van Zandt. Van Zandt to the top, to the right side. This is the Ross bouncing it into the paint to Johnson. Down away from Belton, then sneak behind and back the block. Rogers gets away from Berger into the front court. Baseline left side. This will be Arnwine driving baseline, and Van Zandt stole it, but she had stepped out of play. So Arnwine faked the three, but Wise has her scouted pretty good. They also anticipated that she would fake the three. On the inbound, it's going to be stolen. Another well-executed play on the inbound. Knocked away, and Dixon's on the floor and in trouble, and the jump ball on the arrow is going to favor the Cavaliers. So the Pioneers will ultimately end up turning it over anyway. Slow start for Tusculum. 0-for-4 from the field. Now a turnover. 1 of 2 at the free throw line. They trail 4-1. Across the stripe will be Caitlin Ross. To the right side is Salas. Back to the top is Johnson. Johnson to Van Zandt. Van Zandt watched by Rogers. Driving, draws a double team. Missed the shot short. And the rebound Rogers, and then she had it knocked away. It's tipped away. It's tipped away. It's taken by Dixon. Into the hands of Henry, who races it into the front court. Henry, and then her pass is deflected out of play by Van Zandt. Of course, the Cavaliers, who travel well because they're all right here in this area. Morristown, Kingsport, Cherokee, North Carolina, Chilhowie, Virginia, Elizabethton, Harlan, Kentucky, Johnson City, Clinton, Tennessee, Wallen, Tennessee, Bluffville, Tennessee. I mean, they're all right here. So they've got a huge battle. Down the lane is Dixon. Her runner is no good, but the long rebound tipped out by Belton. And then a traveling violation, apparently, on Rogers. A tough start for Tusculum. 0-for-5 from the field. Haven't scored in UVA Wise hasn't scored in 2 minutes, but they lead 4-1. With the basketball into the They win 64-49 against Coker, 51-43 against LMU, 56-49 against Limestone. So, yeah, they're not scoring a bunch of points here over the last 4 games. Top of the key with the basketball, Sophie Henry. Henry skips it out to Arnwine. Arnwine won't take a 3. 10 to shoot. Arnwine down the lane, kicks it out to Belton. Rims out for 3, no good, and the rebound to Van Zandt for the Wise Cavaliers. Here comes Ross into the front court. Niners have 1 point with only half the first quarter. Sams lines it out to Van Zandt, turning on Rogers once and twice, and gives it up to Berger from the foul line. That's no good. Johnson had the rebound, starting into the Henry, who keeps it for the Pioneers. So they're going to dribble pirouette move in the backcourt. We'll go coast to coast, and then Van Zandt gets back and knocks the ball away and comes up with the steal. And maybe turnover on Tusculum. Right side, bounce pass into the paint. This is Berger on Dixon. Shoots over and scores it. Caitlin Berger, the freshman from Lowell, Tennessee. And makes it a 6-1 Cavalier lead. Right side front court. This will be Arnwine. The Pioneers need a bucket. This will be Dixon off the dribble for 2. That one's no good. And the rebound comes down to Van Zandt again. Here come the Cavs. Racing it into the front court. Berger driving on Dixon. A little scoop shot is no good. Rebounded by Belton. Can somebody score this possession? We're under 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. The Pioneers have 1 point. Belton for 3. No, that one's no good. It's 1 and done. No second chance opportunities whatsoever for the Pioneers. Another rebound. Well, Pioneers actually do have 1 somehow. Right side, Berger. Back out to Ross. She'll fire a 3. No, and the rebound tips out to Johnson. Wise with the basketball. It's loose. It's on the floor. Henry has it. Throws it to Arnwine. And it'll be tied up in the air to favor Tusculum. We go to a break. 4:13 to play. 0 offense for Tusculum. That's Wise 6. Tusculum 1. Niner basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. UVA Wise leading Tusculum, who is 0 for 8 from the field, 3 turnovers. Pioneers haven't scored in 3.5 minutes. That was a free throw by Rogers. They have 3 turnovers during that time as well. Wise, fortunately, has hit just 1 of their last 8. Right side front court, Tusculum with the basketball. Rogers spinning, facing Sams. Hands it off to Dixon. Dixon down the lane, off the glass, missed it short. Right at the rim, can't finish. Rebound taken by Wise. Here comes Ross into the front court. The Van Zandt, lobbing it on the paint, knocked away by Belton. Sophie Henry on the sprint into the front court. She'll take it all the way to the rim. She'll put up a shot that's no good. Belton gets the rebound. Her putback is no good. And the rebound comes down to Wise. Another missed opportunity, this time a fast break. 0 for 11. 6-1 Tusculum. Down 5. This will be Johnson shooting, missing, rebounded by Belton into the hands of Henry. Cross the stripe into the front court. Tusculum hasn't scored in over 4 minutes. Left side front court is Arnwine. Arnwine settles for a 3. This one's short as well, and will go out of play off Tusculum, or is it? Nope, it's going to be off of Johnson of the Cavaliers, and so the Pioneers are going to have it right back. Well, as horrible a start as you could have scripted. 0 for 12 from the field for the Pioneers. Arnwine a 3. Bang. Jayla finally gets that one to fall. The Pioneers down 6-4. First field goal comes at the 3-minute mark. Left side front court is Ross. In the paint is Johnson spinning, blocked. Belton got a piece of it. The ball is out of play. I don't know who has it, but apparently they're awarding Virginia Wise because nobody's moving. Coaching staffs make a better door than a window. Inbound situation is Peyton Sams. Baseline front court for the Cavs. On the right side, Van Zandt to the top. This will be Berger. Berger, the pass deflected and stolen. Arnwine has it, looking to race. Looking to tie the game, looking to go coast to coast. Little put-up jump shot off the right baseline is no good. The rebound by Ross slows it up. Henry stays right with her. Ross pushes off of her and gets the pass to Berger. Berger squares to take a three and now puts it on the floor. Drives on Dixon, spins. Her shot is good. Little shot-put effort from about 10 feet, and it's an 8-4 Wise lead. Pioneers have one made shot. They're 1 of 14, and they can't make layups. They can't make the fast break. They're settling for some jump shots off the dribble, and those aren't going either. Dixon with it at the top. This will be Berger defending her. Hands it off to Arnwine, who will fake a three. Drive around a double team. Step through the lane, miss the shot, short, and then saves it to Henry. 5 to shoot for Belton. Bang! A kick-out three on an offensive rebound save by Arnwine, who airmails a layup attempt. 8-6. Wise. Bounce pass into the paint. They called it just a 2 for Belton, apparently. Little turnaround shot put effort again by Berger, defended by Dixon, rebounded by Henry on the miss. So the 2-point effort by Belton with her toe on the line. 1:20 to the half. Low-scoring first quarter, neither team lighting it up. Pioneers are 2 of 16. Wise is 4 of 15. Dixon drives down the lane, missing badly, and the rebound comes loose and comes out to Van Zandt. Van Zandt stopping her momentum into the front court and gives it up to Berger, who gives it up to Ross. Ross on the right wing, on the dribble, on the baseline, into the paint. A minute to play. Ross caught, had the ball knocked away and stolen. Henry has it. It's a 3-on-1 break. Shirley. Belton, layup. No, missed it. My gosh. Rebound by Wise, and on the run into the front court will be Van Zandt. Van Zandt skips it out to the top to Johnson. 38 seconds to play in this quarter. Get it over with. Van Zandt driving on Rogers. A lot of contact and a late whistle, but it's the right one. As Rogers got to the spot, stopped, and draws the foul on Van Zandt. It'll be her first, and team foul number 2. A very, very cold offensive first quarter. 5 turnovers in the last 4.5 minutes for Wise. Pioneers trying to close out the quarter with something positive. Can't finish layups, can't finish jumpers. Just a rough start. Rogers down the lane, high off the glass is no good. Rogers battles, gets her own miss, takes off right back down the lane and banks it in. Jordan Rogers. Just the will not to quit. Ties the game at 8. Wise, Van Zandt, and what do we have? We got a blocking foul on Rogers this time, but putting her body on the line. So Rogers picking up her first, team's first. This one it goes against Rogers. 2.9 on the clock. Inbound Van Zandt, watched by Dixon. Johnson heaves it, scores it. A 3 on a heave to end the opening quarter. And at the end of one, it's Virginia Wise 11 and Tusculum 8. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. against the Pioneers. They hit the 3 at the end of the shot clock, at the end of the game clock, and now they'll have the ball to start the second quarter. Peyton Sams with it at the top. Neither team has made a sub in this game. That's how meaningful it is. Down the lane is going to be Kaylee Johnson. She'll be rejected by Belton. She is the premier rim defender in this league. 21st in scoring, 14th in minutes, 4th in block shots, I should say. Inbound situation, Caitlin Ross driving on Henry, right to the rim, and overshoots it, no good. Rebounded by Belton. Belton can do that as well. We talked about it, second in the league in rebounds at 9.2 per contest. 11-8 Wise. Tusculum has never led, tied at once at 8. At the top is Sophie Henry. Hands it off to Dixon and run into by Ross and fouled by Ross, who's going to have her second personal foul. Not a foul fest in that opening quarter. Man, I witnessed one last night, though. Golly. Into the contest will come Jamie Golden, the former Queens University product out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Missed all of last season. 11-8, Tusculum down 3 with the basketball. Rogers will hand it off into the hands of Bree Dixon. Dixon gets a screen from the top, has been held scoreless. Drives, shoots, missed a left-handed leaner, and the rebound is tipped out off of Wise. That ball hit the rim, and so they'll reset it here. And the Pioneers will have the basketball on inbound on a rebound attempt that was tipped out by Wise. Just nothing going for this Pioneer team. Just absolutely nothing. Inbound is tipped out of bounds once again by Peyton Sams this time. Had a great career at Sullivan Central High School. 1,000-point scorer there. Just tremendous career for the Cougars. They had that great run, just never could get over the hump, never could get to a regional final. Rogers and an illegal screen on Dixon. Dixon whistled for her first, and that was embellished. That foul was sold. There wasn't a whole lot of contact there, but it was sold. Other scores to tell you about. Newberry and Coker are tied at 19. They're at the end of one quarter. Limestone blowing out Mars Hill at the end of the first, 23-10. LR is up on Queens 13-11. And it's 14-11, or I should say 18-11, LMU leading Carson Newman. Kaylee Johnson has just been whistled for a foul for Wise. That'll be her first, team second. That was away from my view. So far away from my view, I never even saw it. Pioneers in this basketball game have gone 1 for 12 in layup situations. Top of the key with the basketball is going to be Rogers. 3 by Dixon. Back iron, straight in the air, no good. Rebounded by Kaylee Johnson. It's 11-8. Into the front court, Jamie Golden. Back out to Sams, who will throw it out of play. Turnover on the Cavs. That's the only saving grace for Tusculum right now. They are 3 for 22 from the field. But Wise has turned it over 8 times. Right side front court, this will be Dixon. Crossover, spins in the lane, off the glass, put one in. Bree Dixon. I mean, she's fully capable of just going off, and she has over the last 2 weeks. But, man, a slow start for her. 11-10, Wise by 1. Johnson down the lane to Van Zant. Got some separation, put it up and in on Rogers. Pretty good defense by Rogers, but Van Zant with the layup. 13-10, Wise. Henry, watched by Jamie Golden. Hands it off to Rogers. Rogers on the right wing. Down the lane, throws it away. Turnover on Rogers. Van Zant steps in front of it, steals it, drives it, shoots it, scores it. 7.5 to play here in this opening half. 15-10, equaling the largest lead of the game for the Cavs. Henry across the stripe, gives it up to Rogers. To the top to Dixon, to Henry. Henry back at the top, bouncing it to Rogers. Rogers, Dixon. Dixon right down the lane, off the glass, missed another layup. Rebound taken by Wise. Tusculum getting shots. They are 1 for 13 from layup situations. Well, I guess you could say 2 of 14 if you count the last one good by Dixon. Johnson spinning, shooting, missing, rebounded by Dixon. 15-10 Wise. Henry with it into the front court for the Pioneers. Under 7 to play in the first half. Back to the top of the key. With it is Sophie Henry. Henry spinning away from Golden. Passes left side to Arnwine, watched by Van Zandt. Arnwine goes right to the rim. Her shot attempt short, no good, in the paint. Another missed shot in the paint. Another drive right to the bucket that can't be finished. And a frustrating first half for the Pioneers continue. And then Henry, defending on Sams, is whistled for a hand check. So Henry will pick up her first and the team's second. All right, so we've got our first hand check, and we've seen a lot of people playing with hands on, so let's see if that will start getting whistled a little bit more. Inbound situation for the Cavs, baseline front court. Into the game has come Lexi Patty for the Pioneers, our first substitution of the game. Dixon knocks the ball away, but it's saved by Berger, who then drives and then shoots and then traveled before she did that. So another turnover on Wise. Pioneers just cannot get out of their own way offensively. It's been a struggle, and this is not the only game. It has been a struggle all year. Bounce pass right side. This will be Lexi Patty. Back to the top to Henry. Henry on the right side. Gives it up to Dixon. Dixon, 10 to shoot. Dixon wants to go to the rim. Drives it, shoots it, and scores it. That's the same call that is not getting called at the other end. Dixon finishing through the contact to make it 15-12 Wise. Sams into the front court to Golden. Golden at the top, looking inside to Van Zandt. Van Zandt comes down with it, spins on Patty, put it off the glass, banked it in. Van Zandt coming to life here in the second quarter. Some offense here in this second quarter as well. Wise outscoring Tusculum 6-4. And a mental mistake on the Pioneers for an over and back. After Henry got it into the front court, apparently she stepped on the midcourt stripe. So Wise gets it back, another mistake. And Van Zandt has it back out to the top to Golden. Golden driving it on Arnwine, and the exact same call at this end, not called on this end. Very same thing for Bree Dixon, as Bree Dixon finished and had to finish through the contact but got no call. So at the free throw line will go Jamie Golden on a gift as Jayla Arnwine picks up her first. And the free throw is no good by Golden. Golden, good to see her back. Had a good career at Oak Ridge High School. Fantastic career. Missed basketball last season. Missed both free throws on this particular attempt as she shoots 68% from the free throw line. 17-12 Wise. Here's Arnwine. A lot of contact, no call. Rebound by Arnwine after she misses it, and then Patty has it on the right wing. So an offensive rebound, second chance, but the Pioneers missing too many shots in the paint. 9 to shoot for Patty. Drives it down the lane, right to the rim, and gets a call. So she'll go to the free throw line, which is going to take us to a timeout on the floor. Back after this with your score, it's Virginia Wise 17. It's Tusculum 12. 4:47 to play here in this opening half as you listen to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. To 12 is our score. UVA Wise leads Tusculum. They're 8 of 22 from the field, 33%. Tusculum's 5 of 27. 3 of 17 on layups. Lexi Patty at the free throw line cannot convert. and I don't understand what it is about being here at home. This Pioneer team just unable to score and shoot. Patty goes 1 of 2 at the stripe, her first point. Alyssa Walker is checked in for the Pioneers. Wise with it into the front court. Jamie Golden on the right wing. Rogers inside the paint. Into the contest has come Mackenzie King. King gives it up. Double team by Johnson. And maybe travels or did step out of bounds. Either way, it's a turnover. And the Pioneers will have the basketball back. Tusculum 2 for 7 this quarter. They opened the game 3 for 20 in the first quarter. Left side front court, Maya Belton has it, gives it up to Patty. Patty on a switch, on a zone, and now has Kaylee Johnson. Gives it up to Henry. Henry drives it down the lane, back to Walker for a 3. Bang. Alyssa Walker. 30% from 3 this year, needed that, and the Pioneers trail 17-16. Sams, Kaylee Johnson in the paint. King spins on Walker, right into Walker, who's standing straight up. It better be a block. It can't be a hack. It better be a block. Oh, they called a hit to the arm. So Walker's going to pick up the personal foul, number 1 on her, the 4th on the team, and Mackenzie King will go to the free throw line and knock home the first of 2 free throws. King has 6 starts this season and shoots 85% at the free throw line as well, and has made both. Did play in that game against Tusculum. Didn't score, but played 8 minutes in that one. Had a 16-point game against LMU, 12-point game against LMU, most recently a 10-point game against LR. In the front court, Jayla Arnwine, a jumper from 15 feet. This one is off the mark. It's no good, and the rebound comes down to Wise. They lead it 19-16. Sams driving, kicking. This will be Van Zant from the foul line. Back to Golden. Golden into the paint for King. It's high. It's off her hands. It's out of play. It's a turnover on the Cavs. Jordan Rogers back into the game for the Pioneers. Bree Dixon getting a breather right now. Arnwine is 1 for 9. Dixon is 2 for 10. Belton's 1 for 5. Rogers 1 for 3. Top of the key is Rogers. She'll pull up for 2. No. And the rebound comes down to Kaylee Johnson. Henry watching Sams and escorts her into the front court. Sams, King, Sams in the paint, kicks it out. 3 ball by Johnson is airballed, and it will be gathered by Arnwine. Henry on the run into the front court for the Pioneers. Belton a 3. In and out, no good. Mackenzie King comes up with the rebound. It is comical offensively for the Pioneers to play here at home. It's comical. 19-16. Van Zant and the Cavs with the ball and the lead. Johnson driving baseline and will throw it out of play. The amount of turnovers is comical. And for Tusculum to be trailing in the game. Cannot make a shot. 2 for 9 from 3, 6 of 31 from the field. We're shooting 19%. 19-16 Wise. Tusculum basketball across the stripe. We're talking college basketball here. From the top is Henry. Hands it off. This is going to be Dixon. Dixon driving on a double team off the glass, banks it in. It seems as if the more defenders that Dixon has, the more likely she is to make a shot. 19-18 Wise. Berger trying to square up a 3, gives it up to King. They were inviting her to take it. Van Zant walks through the lane, put up a runner, no. Rebounded by Walker. Pioneer basketball into the front court will be Sophie Henry. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. And coming up at halftime, we'll get our men's basketball scout with one of our assistant basketball coaches coming up here at halftime of the women's game. Left elbow, this will be Dixon, and they're going to get her for a travel. We're trying to run some sets, and then we get into a one-on-one thing, and sometimes we're blowing our own minds. We're overthinking some things, or it seems like we're playing with pressure. There's something going on. Just not like this team. We've shot the basketball a whole lot better this season than we are right now. It's just not good. Top of the key, this will be Peyton Sams. On the baseline, King. Baseline 3 is short. But she was fouled. A foul is going to go against Alyssa Walker. pardon me. Be her second, the fifth on the team. So at the free throw line will go King, who shoots 85% from the free throw line this year and knocks home the first. Was attempting a three. Elsewhere in the league, it's Limestone with the big lead against Mars Hill. It's 42-18 there. Catawba leads Wingate 37-28. LMU leading Carson Newman 36-25. Just remarkable. Just remarkable what Devin Carter does at Carson Newman. Newberry is leading Coker 27, make that 33-27. And it is LR leading Queens 26-24. King makes all three of the free throws, and it's 22-18 Wise. Across the stripe into the front court. Tusculum. Arnwine with it at the top of the key. Bouncing it to Dixon. Dixon, watched by Golden, drives, stops, shoots. Count it one. Bree Dixon. Again, the more defenders, the more likely she is to make it. Jamie Klusman wanted to travel. Probably very close to that. Golden with the foul, her first, team's third. And so Dixon a chance to answer the three-point play with a three-point play of her own. So she does, and it's a one-point deficit for the Pioneers again. 1 minute to play in the first half. Into the front court, Peyton Sams to Van Zant. Van Zant gives it up to King, bouncing it down the lane for Berger. Maybe stumbled, maybe traveled, did kick it out to Sams, did fire a three, did miss. So the Pioneers are going to have the basketball back with 48 seconds to play here in the first half. And I'd say, a chance to take the lead, but it's usually about 3 possessions before we score. So we just scored. So we got 3 possessions. Do we have enough time? From the top is Henry. Left side is Dixon for a three. No. Long rebound comes out into the hands of Berger. So a difference of about 2 seconds, game clock to shot clock for the Cavs. But Golden's going to go ahead and fire a three. Wide open. Missed it. King with the rebound, and she'll draw a foul. And then King goes down and has injured herself. She appears to be okay. The foul will go on Sophie Henry. That'll be her second. And King appears to be just fine as she goes to the free throw line. So Mackenzie King has come in and played well. The senior from Harlan, Kentucky, at a Harlan High School. They call it Bloody Harlan. Finally misses at the free throw line, 85% on the year. King with 5 points off the bench for Coach Klusman, all of it from the foul line, and has 2 rebounds to boot. Second free throw by King, and that one is good. 23-21 Wise. This game ended, 67-62 when we played them there? Long time ago, 69-62, sorry. 13 seconds for Dixon. Dixon kicks it out to Arnwine for a three. In and out, no good. King rebounds, 6. Sams, 3, 2, 1, and that'll end the half. Wise has never trailed and will go to the locker room with a lead of 2. We're at halftime. We're coming up. We'll hear from one of our Pioneer assistant coaches about our contest coming up in game number 2. That's when we return with more Pioneer basketball after this. At halftime, it is Wise 23. It's Tusculum 21. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. And, well, look what's happening. Devin Carter has a lead on Carson Newman at halftime at Holt Fieldhouse. He was the 8th seed last year in the tournament, went down there and knocked off the 1 seed Eagles. He leads at halftime right now 40-30. Are you kidding me? Newberry leading Coker 33-27. Catawba leads Wingate 40-32. Limestone destroying Mars Hill 42-18. And Lenore Ryan leads Queens 32-28. A win for Tusculum and a loss for LR eliminates LR, but LMU is still alive with a win against Carson Newman. And then on Saturday, LMU would have Limestone, and they would be on the road in Gaffney. So, again, it's a tough road to get in. The Pioneers do need just one win. They secure everything. They control their own destiny. But even 2 losses, then it'll be tough for LMU or LR to battle their way in based on their schedule, what they have remaining. What we have remaining is the second half of Game 1. That's when we come back right after this. Your score at the break, Wise 23, Tusculum 21. Pioneer basketball continues, and the second half after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. We welcome you back into Pioneer. A Pioneer basketball team that will have the ball to start the second half. We welcome you back in. Brian Staten, courtside game station engineer, the executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network, Nathan Humbert. Bree Dixon with it on the top. Will drive it down the lane. A runner is short and no good, and the rebound comes down to Wise. Still cannot make that runner in the lane. Caitlin Ross back on the floor for the Cavaliers. Will drive it on Dixon. And Dixon, who had pretty good defense, will be whistled for her second. And the team's first. It was pretty good defense, was moving her feet pretty good. They aren't going to give her the shot attempt, so it'll be an inbound situation. So Dixon with 2. Lexi Patty starts the second half. And on the inbound, it'll be a turnover. The Pioneers' Sophie Henry has the steal, gives it up to Lexi Patty, who lays it up, banks it in. Well, we're tied at 23 after a mistake by Wise on the inbound. Ross into the front court for the Cavs. Right side is Kaylee Johnson. Johnson on the right wing. Back out to the top to Ross. Bouncing it to King in the paint and put it up and put it in. Driving it around Dixon. And a short-lived tie. 25-23. Mackenzie King has played well. Her first field goal of the game a minute into this second half. 25-23 Cavs. From the top with it is going to be Henry. Henry hands it off to Dixon. Dixon, Belton, a 3. No. And the rebound tipped, controlled by Patty. Patty back out to Arnwine. Arnwine into the paint for Belton. Lost it, got it back. Scoop shot is no good. Belton and battles to keep it alive, and she cannot. But another missed shot in the paint. It wasn't easy, somewhat contested, but it's just awkward. It's like it's just kind of turn around, and I'm just going to sling it up there at the rim, and there's just not any composure about finishing in any type of layup attempt at all in this game. And it's almost as if the Pioneers are a bit like nervous. Wise turns it over again, but another defensive stop. Here's Patty running the floor. Layup attempt for her is good. Lexi Patty can finish in the paint. That's back-to-back layups for her, and we're tied at 25 after the turnover by the Cavaliers. Sams with it into the front court. Kaylee Johnson on the right wing. Back to the top is Van Zandt. Van Zandt, Sams, driving, kicking, baseline to King. King, Van Zandt spins on Henry, who goes down to the floor. He'll tie it up, and it should be and will be Virginia Wise basketball. 9 seconds to shoot. Sophie Henry making life a little more difficult against Van Zandt. On the inbound with the basketball will be Sams. Kaylee Johnson losing it and turning it over as Dixon picks up the loose ball. They were looking for Belton on the break. Instead, Dixon right down the lane, off the glass, banks it in. Bree Dixon and the Pioneers have their first lead of the night. It comes at the 7:40 mark here of the third quarter, 25-23. Sams gives it up to Van Zandt, worked over by Henry, and dribbles and spins into a double team. And a foul that will go against Sophie Henry, which will be her third. Team foul number 2, and Van Zandt will be at the free throw line for the Cavaliers. And what a good season it has been for her. Good career for her. Missing on the free throw. 79% from the free throw stripe this year for Van Zandt. 26-point game against Flagler, 27 against Mars Hill. Follow that with the 22-point game back in November. Makes 1 of 2 at the stripe. She has been in double figures in 5 consecutive, 14-11, 17-17, and 10. 27-26, Tusculum. Their first lead of the game at the 7:40 mark of this quarter. Dixon with it from the foul line, drives down, and an offensive foul on Dixon is number 3. She just lowered her shoulder. So number 3 on her and the team's third. We cannot get in foul trouble. I think we're struggling a bit offensively. We do seem to be a little bit in a funk just because, you know, you're talking about some tired legs. It's been a long, long season. It's a grind. But this group on the floor has been out there a lot lately. Jumper by King in the paint is no good. Rebounded by the Pioneers. Patty with it into the front court. Belton a 3. No. And another rebound for Van Zandt. Another missed shot by the Pioneers, but Belton again was open. I take that shot every time. Sams losing it out of play as it was deflected by Jayla Arnwine. So into the game will come Alyssa Walker. She enters with the 2 personal fouls. You need somebody to make something. I know Warrington can give us that. Really good shooter. Inbound, Ross with it. Will take a 3 on a screen. In and out, no good for her. And the rebound comes down to Belton. Pioneers race it into the front court. Patty back to Henry. Henry stays out there with her 3 personal fouls, and she plays so aggressively, it scares me. Pioneers lead by 1, 27-26. Henry with 12 on the shot clock. Backdoor look for Patty. Layup, good. That is 3 straight layups for Lexi Patty, and the Pioneers have their largest lead. 29-26. As we approach 6 minutes to play in the third. Down the lane is Van Zandt, drives, shoots, and scores. Nia Van Zandt says, I can do that too. She can make layups in the paint and does. So, again, Henry kind of has to slack off her a little bit. Maybe have to go with a little bit of a change. Patty on the left wing, back to Belton. Here's Arnwine. She'll try a 3. Bang! Jayla Arnwine. 32-28, Tusculum with their largest lead. Caitlin Ross, cutter, knocked away, stolen. Pioneers come up with it, bounce it up to Walker. Layup attempt is good. Pioneers with all sorts of offense and now all sorts of momentum. 34-28 Tusculum. 5:15 to play. Julie Klusman wanted some contact on that turnover, but, that's just good basketball. Ross driving, and Arnwine comes up with the steal. It'll be a jump ball, and the arrow's going to favor Tusculum. As Jayla Arnwine getting in to tie the basketball up on yet another turnover by the Cavs. 5:07 to play here in this opening quarter. This Pioneer team, 6 of 10 this half alone. They're outscoring Virginia Wise 13-5. And they've hit their last 3 shots. That's amazing. You just kind of figured it would eventually come. Tusculum basketball at the top of the key. This is going to be Sophie Henry. Henry with the Pioneers up 34-28. Gives it up to Belton and then back to Henry. 15 to shoot for the Pioneers. Here's Belton. Shows 3, doesn't take the 3. Then goes to Arnwine, who's taken by Van Zant. Lost it, got it back. Oh, wow. Tries the shot and drew the contact, but no call. But there was no call at the other end against Wise, so okay. But she went through a double team and took a shoulder to the face. Little bit different. Van Zant on the catch. She'll try a 3, and this one's well off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Belton. So the Pioneers with it into the front court. 4:20 to play in the third. I don't think Van Zant really wanted to take that 3, just kind of was baited into taking it. Of course, she went 4 of 6 against Tusculum from 3 back in November. Arnwine skips it out, and an offensive foul called on Arnwine as King took it. So we go to a break. Timeout on the floor with 4:05 to play here in this third quarter. It's Tusculum 34 and Virginia Wise 28. Pioneer basketball continues after this here on the Pioneer Sports Network. I don't know that we've gone 6 for 11 at any point in the game, except right now. We've hit 5 of our last 7 shots. That's the best streak we've been on. So therefore, we lead. Van Zant has 11. Dixon has 11. Dixon out of the game with 3 fouls. Ross fires a 3, was wide open and knocked it down, and then a whistle for a foul underneath on Kaylee Johnson, I think. So Kaylee Johnson is whistled for her second. The first foul whistled against Wise in the half. But Caitlin Ross knocks down the 3 and makes it a 3-point game at 34-31. Pioneers who had that 6-point lead moments ago. Belton with it into the front court to Arnwine on the left wing. Picked up an offensive foul for her second before the break. Patty has it to Belton at the top. This will be Walker inside, and a foul that's going to go on Caitlin Ross. So Ross is going to pick up her third and the team's second on Wise. As Walker had position inside the paint, and the Pioneers are going to burn a timeout here. So we'll take it as well and return in a minute. 3:31 to play here in the third. It is Tusculum 34 and Virginia Wise 31. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. Have combined for 78 shots. Both teams have combined for 25 makes. Lexi Patty is helping our layup percentage. Lexi Patty in the layups, 10 for 26. Now she's going to try a three. No good. Rebounded by Belton as we welcome you back. If it wasn't for Patty, we'd be 7 for 26. Maybe from the layup line, if you will. Patty has it now. Back over to Arnwine with 10 to shoot. A deep three. That one is short, no good. She took it way deep. Belton keeps the rebound alive. Another second chance for the Pioneers. 34-31 Tusculum. We call a timeout to set up a play for Patty. Couldn't get the three to go. And almost like you feel this is a possession you just need to score. Pick and roll. Walker, fade away, no good. And the rebound tipped out by Henry. In a sense, turnover on the Pioneers on that missed jumper. So Wise has it back. Pioneers 0 for their last 4, haven't scored in 2.5 minutes, and now have to rely on some defense. Ross hit a three moments ago, gives it up to Kaylee Johnson, driving on Belton, backing her way in, spins, and had it blocked by Belton. Belton with the block. Here comes Patty with the loose ball into the front court. Gives it up to Belton, who gives it up to Walker, back to Belton, to Patty, to Henry from the top. Gets it out to Arnwine, who fakes a three. Sams stays in front of her. Arnwine down the line, a lot of contact, can't make the layup, and the rebound taken by Johnson. Into the front court comes Sams. Sams on the left wing for Wise. King on the right wing, watched by Walker. Now to Sams. 2:10 to play in the third, a three-point Pioneer lead. Left side is Ross for the tie. Yes. Caitlin Ross knocks down the three. Tied at 34. And she's hit her last 2 3-point efforts. The Pioneers are 0 for their last 6. And it's a Caitlin Ross 6-0 run in the last 2 minutes. The Pioneers haven't scored in 3.5 minutes. Right side, Henry. On the baseline, Belton. Watched by Kaylee Johnson. Two-pointer, it's good. 20-foot, two-point effort by Maya Belton. She is the only one of the Pioneers who will toe the line. I don't care if they go in or not, just go in, right? Sams, Van Zant, down the lane, draws the contact against Arnwine, but cannot finish at the line, or in the lane. Will have to finish it at the line. Arnwine has picked up number 3. This is the time you just go ahead and get her out. Get somebody to get her out of the game with 1:22 to play. She has 3 fouls. Van Zant knocks down the first free throw. I guess we'll roll with her. Van Zant missing the second. Pioneers with a 1-point lead, 36-35. 1:15 to play here in the third. Across the stripe with the basketball, this is going to be Sophie Henry. Henry to the left side, into the hands of Arnwine. Back to the top to Patty. Patty at the top of the key on the dribble, watched by Van Zant. Belton against Johnson, drives it, kicks it. King, what? That's pitiful. We just call offensive foul? She cannot jump in front of somebody. That's a bad call. That's a tough call. And that's justice. Turnover on Wise. That's a terrible decision down here. That's terrible. That's a terrible decision. Belton has picked up the personal foul. That's her first of the game. And then the turnover on Wise. The 5th foul against Tusculum. We committed 1 foul in the first quarter, and since then we have committed 11. Ooh, Van Zant comes up with a steal for Wise. Drives on a double team for the lead. Got it. Now Van Zant with just some great individual effort. 37-36 Wise after the Pioneers' turnover, their 12th of the game. And really, of most of these turnovers, it's offensive fouls. We have 4 offensive fouls as turnovers. Left side front court is Arnwine. 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Drives it on Johnson. Missed another layup attempt. Rebound by Golden. 10 seconds. Golden into the front court. Henry stays with her. 5 seconds. Golden to the rim. Put it up and in. That is going to end the third quarter, and the Cavaliers end the third on a big run. But a big decision on an offensive foul, changing the momentum there in the final minute of that third quarter of play. At the end of three, Virginia Wise 39, Tusculum 36. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. Scored Tusculum 16-15 in that third. Tusculum took their first lead in that third quarter and led by as many as 6, but Wise closed out the half, outscoring the Pioneers by an 11-2 mark. King leaning in and drawing a foul against the Pioneers. It goes against Arnwine. That's going to be number 4 on her. She just leaned in and shouldered her way right to the rim. So King will go to the free throw line. She's played great in the contest. 8 points for her, 6 of 7 at the free throw line, 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Wise right now on a 12-2 run. Second attempt by King. Good. 41-36, 5-point lead, equaling their largest lead of the game. It was 34-28. That was the lead for the Pioneers. And since then, King, or I should say Wise, on the run, helped out by Mackenzie King. She has 10 off the bench. Dixon back into the game, throws it over to Henry. Patty fakes a 3. Henry will drive it down the lane, kick it to Dixon for 3. No, and the long rebound to Jamie Golden. Wise basketball. Here's a steal, though, by Dixon. Will drive it on Van Zant to the rim and in. 41-38. Again, it looked like a lot of contact there. What do I know? Three-pointer here by Jamie Golden is just a 21-footer. Jamie Golden off the bench coming in. The bench been big for UVA Wise here in this one. 43-38. Henry with it on the left wing for the Pioneers. The run continues for Wise. On the right side is Dixon driving it, stops, back out to Walker, over to Henry for a 3. Bang! Sophie Henry. 43-41. Henry doesn't often pull the trigger from 3, just 15% this year. But makes a big one there. Van Zant. King spinning on Walker, walking, shooting, and missing. Rebounded by Belton. Kicks it out to Henry, running the floor. Bouncing at Dixon for the layup, and she hit it off the bottom of the backboard. And a scrum for the basketball, and the arrow favors Tusculum. I mean, are you... It's a fast break attempt, and we put it off the bottom of the backboard. Off the inbound situation for the Pioneers. Dixon to inbound it. It's like they're under too much pressure. Dixon having a great game, 13 for her, but 6 of 18 from the field, and probably 8 of those in the paint. 10 to shoot for Patty. Patty working on Golden. Down the lane, draws the foul, and will go to the line to shoot two. Lexi Patty. Jamie Golden whistled for the foul. It'll be her second. The first on Wise. I mean, they have done a good job at playing without fouling the entire game. Tusculum has not done such a good job. So Patty will go to the free throw line for Tusculum. About 78% on the year from the stripe, and just need all of them. We're tied. Tied at 43 here in this fourth quarter of play. Patty ties it up after Wise goes on a 13-2 run to take a 5-point lead after trailing by 6. Right side front court with the basketball. King to Van Zant. Johnson in the paint. So Dixon has picked up number 4. I just, it's like you can't play consistently, and I think that's the frustrating factor. Not a lot of consistency here. Kaylee Johnson, jumper from 15 feet is good. 45-43. Pass up ahead, deflected and out of play, and it will be Pioneer basketball. So the inbound situation is going to be Bree Dixon. Baseline front court. Pioneers got to score and got to be consistent. Dixon has 4 fouls. It's just amazing to go over the Pioneer team amount of disqualifications that we have had this year. Dixon down the lane, no contact there, and the missed jumper in the paint once again. Leads to a break for Jamie Golden, who has it in the front court. Golden to Van Zant on the left wing. Watched by Henry. Will drive it down the lane. Did shoot it. Did miss it. Rebounded by Henry. Henry will take it into the front court. Has a 2-on-1. Bouncing it to Belton. Layup attempt is good. We've had 20 people foul out of a game this year. We're teetering on 21. Tied at 45. Right side. Golden stopped inside. Gives it up to Berger. And a foul on who? Is it on Walker? It will be. So Alyssa Walker has picked up her third. And the second on the team. And at the free throw line will go Berger. Arnwine back into the game. But I tell you what, Patty's played well. Berger to the stripe. 66% on the year from the free throw line. Makes the first. Best game of the year was against Queens this month on February 12th. Had a 24-point game, followed that up with an 18-point game, and then the 13-point game in the loss to Wingate. Made both. And it's 47-45 with 6.5 to play here in this basketball game. Pioneers need this one, and Wise does too. If Wise wins, they're in. They secure a berth if they get the win here today. Bounce pass left side, Belton back into the hands. This is going to be Dixon. Dixon drives it down the lane. A little runner is good. Bree Dixon. Just more composure like that. Van Zant up ahead on the baseline is rejected by Belton. Belton protects the rim, gets yet another block for the Pioneers. 13 rebounds for Belton in the game. Second in the league in rebounds. One of those seniors, but has the eligibility to come back. Kaylee Johnson against Dixon shoots over and scores it. 49-47 Wise. Back and forth we go. And I don't know that the clock started. So inbound situation for the Pioneers at midcourt. Down by 2, 49-47. Coach Klusman looking for a third straight win against Tusculum. Pioneers trying to end that 2-game slide. Had a chance to get a conference championship last year in Wise in the season finale, and were unable to do that as Wise got the victory. Pioneers took the number 2 seed into the conference tournament. The number 1 seed was beaten by the 8 seed LMU, who, by the way, playing Carson Newman. And that game in the fourth quarter is now Carson Newman up 10. So they have turned it around big time. Weichel, the conference player of the week, has 14 on 5 of 10 from the field. Davison is 15. Flowers with 14. But it's 59-49. So a loss there, and LMU is done. They can't get in. LR is then the next team you look at. And LR, if they win today, they keep their hopes alive. They're playing Queens, and they were up in the third quarter by 6. They are right now up by 16. So LR keeping their hopes alive. And the loser of this one would need some help on Saturday with whoever LR is playing. Dixon, Henry, Arnwine, 3. No, it looked dead on, and the rebound comes down to Wise. LR is playing at Newberry, so you never know. 49-47 Wise with 5.5 to play. Bounce pass into the paint. Johnson got away with steps. What are we calling? Oh my gosh, you are kidding me. You are kidding me. You're kidding me. I mean, absolutely kidding me. A foul on Bree Dixon will foul her out of the game. You're bad. Yeah, that's just bad. That is so bad. Dixon went straight up. Johnson draws the contact and is at the line to shoot 2, makes the first. And Dixon will foul out of the game. That's a bad decision. Second. Good. Kaylee Johnson's played well. It's not her fault that's a bad decision. So she's just going to keep on going. 21st time that we've had somebody foul out of the game. The 6th time this year that Bree Dixon has fouled out. Equaling that of what Jordan Rogers has done. 3 ball here that's no good by Patty. Offensive rebound by Belton to keep it alive as we approach 5 minutes to play in the game. Henry dribbles it off the shoot top of Walker, goes back to get it, 10 to shoot. Walker gives it up to Arnwine. Van Zant nearly steals it. Arnwine on the dribble, stumbles. Patty, 3 to shoot. Arnwine fires a 3. No. Rebound by Kaylee Johnson. 4:50 left, and the Pioneers struggling offensively. We had a nice little surge in the third quarter, took a 6-point lead, but it's been all Cavs since. Golden driving on Arnwine and an offensive foul on Golden. She knew it. She shrugs it off. And the same person blowing the whistle is blowing the whistle all game. Golden with her third, team second. We go to a break. 4:36 to play in this basketball game. It's UVA Wise 51. It's Tusculum 47. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. (51-47), Wise leading Tusculum here in the final 4.5. Henry, Belton from the top, looks inside, passes late, Ross tips it, and Wise steals it. Turnover on the Pioneers. Into the front court, Caitlin Ross. Van Zant with it on the right wing. Back out to the top of the key. With it is Jamie Golden, lobbing it to Kaylee Johnson, working against Walker. Back out to Berger, Rice, Ross, and now on the baseline is Van Zant. Stops, holds it, looks inside. This will be Berger through Belton, put it up and in. 6-point Wise lead. And for UVA Wise, their largest lead of the game. Left side front court with the basketball will be Arnwine. Back into Walker. Walker, Arnwine, pass deflected. Walker goes to the floor, picks it up to Patty. Here's Henry, belting a three. No. Rebound by Walker, and I think she's fouled. It is on Caitlin Ross. All right, I'm the Wise Cavalier people, and I'm sitting there going, what? So a quick timeout has been taken by the Pioneers here. So Ross has picked up her 4th foul. All right, so that's what's happened in the break. Wise on a 6-0 run. Tusculum hasn't scored in almost 3 minutes. They're 0 for their last 4. Tusculum here in the quarter is 4 of 11. In the half, they're 11 of 28, which is better than they were in the first half. That's 39%, but Wise is even better. At 10 of 17 this half, 59% from the field. And so the Pioneer defense letting us down a little bit as we've given up 52 for the first time, over 52 points for the first time in about 3 weeks. It's 53-47. Inbound situation for Henry. Bouncing it for Belton. Layup attempt is no good. Another missed layup. Henry knocks the ball away, and it will be Wise basketball. You know, I guess the only thing that I don't understand is, you know, we have missed a lot of shots in the paint, and it's been a little physical for Wise in the paint. And Bree Dixon is out of the game with fouls, and she's just kind of giving way and standing straight up. So I don't understand what or if anything is different about the way Wise defends. They must do it differently without fouling, obviously. Van Zandt into the front court, bouncing it for Berger. Layup is good. Beating the Pioneer press. And now the Pioneers a huge mountain to climb, and they don't have the offensive power this game to do it. Henry with the backing out. Now they can prove my words wrong, but it's an 8-0 run, biggest run of the game. And they went on a 13-2 run. Arnwine a 3. Well, that's good, so that's a start. 55-50. Pioneers come with the press. 2:45 to play in the basketball game. Ross to take it across the stripe on the dribble. She's playing with 4 fouls. Bree Dixon is out of the game, is fouled out. Sams driving on Henry to the baseline. Gives it up to Van Zandt. Takes off in the lane. And again, there's another foul. It's the same defense. I don't get it. Walker picks up her 4th, the 3rd on the team. And what I mean by that is there's people that are in the paint. They're jumping up and doing the same thing. Wise is doing the same thing. It's just frustrating from this perspective. Obviously, with rose-colored glasses, yes, I get that. And I fuss at the officials a bunch. But you know what? They're coming out here. They're getting a lot of money to do this, regardless of what they think. Cross the stripe into the front court, Tusculum. 57-50. Wise with the advantage. Patty off the dribble for 2. That's no good, and it's out of play. It goes to Wise. It just hasn't been a good offensive game for the Pioneers. Across the stripe, Caitlin Ross. A win, and you're in. Right now, Wise with the advantage. Ball knocked away. Johnson gets it back for the Cavaliers, and a timeout by Julie Klusman is just a quick timeout here for the Cavs. So let's take a look at the scoreboard, find out what's going on here in the league. And the most important for us is the LR game. Another one is the LMU game. And Carson Newman still holds a 10-point lead. Weichel has 16. Taylor has 16. 19 by Flowers for LMU. A loss for them, and they're done. They have no chance of getting back into it. Meanwhile, the other game is the Lenore-Rhine game, and they're up 14 against the Queens Royals. And make that 16 now, so a big lead there. Elsewhere, it is Coker leading Newberry 59-58. Are you kidding me? Newberry will play Lenore-Rhine on Saturday. A Pioneer loss means that they need the LR Bears to lose against Newberry. That's what that would mean. Or a Pioneer win against Anderson. Either way, a Pioneer win puts them in on Saturday. Meanwhile, Catawba leads Wingate 72-58. They're on their way to sweeping the Bulldogs and Limestone is 8 points away from the 100-point plateau against Mars Hill. Sam's turning it over. Turnover, and Alyssa Walker breaks out of the pack with it into the front court with 2 minutes to play and a 7-point deficit. Pioneers need to make something up. Got to reset the shot clock. Finally got it reset. We blow the whistle because we didn't get it reset in time. So the steal at 1:55 is what they're saying, which means 27 seconds on the shot clock. Seems like a little bit more came off there. They are discussing how much time should be on the shot clock. We just didn't get it reset after the turnover. Pioneers had a layup, but who knows? We may have missed it when the whistle blew. Although it went in, I don't know if we would have made it during play. Patty with the basketball. Back out to the top is going to be Arnwine. Arnwine, Walker, driving, spinning, shooting, short. Rebound by Johnson. Across the stripe into the front court. With the basketball is going to be Caitlin Ross. Pioneers down 7. Need a miracle. On the right side. Johnson with it and 15 to shoot. On to the right side, Van Zandt. Back out to the top. To the left side, Berger. Watched by Walker. Stutter step lay-in is good. 9-point Wise lead. Patty jacks a 3. Bang. Lexi Patty. 59-53 Wise. Van Zandt racing it into the front court. Gives it up to Ross. 45 seconds to play. Somebody's got a foul. Back out to the top, and what do we get finally? A whistle, and Van Zandt will be the one going to the free throw line. Or no, we're not even there. Yeah, we are there. We've been there. We foul a bunch. We foul a whole bunch, as I've learned today. Other teams don't foul as much as us. Van Zandt off the free throw line makes the first. 5-game winning streak getting set to come to an end for this Pioneer team. Just couldn't find enough offense. Van Zandt knocks it down. So the Pioneers are going to burn a timeout here so they can advance it. I just felt like there were some moments in this game, personally. I just felt like they've been odd and interesting, and it swayed momentum. But a big game for Kaylee Johnson, a double-double for her, 11-point, 10-rebound effort. 18 points for Van Zandt. She's playing well again, as she does. 6 of 11 from the field, and that's just been the difference. They just made shots. The other 44% from the field tonight. We didn't have Bree Dixon. She really wasn't in the game, much of it. 15 points for her, 7 of 20 from the field. Arnwine is just 3 of 18. Belton is just 3 for 13. So those are your big three. They got to score. Belton has 6 points. She does have 14 rebounds, but just 9 points for Arnwine. It's been the worst for her in really the last month. Warrington has checked in for the Pioneers, and maybe needed some of that firepower earlier in the contest. And a deflected pass out of play. Looked like it was deflected off of Warrington. So right here, if I was the Virginia Wise guy, I'd be losing my mind because that's just the way I would be going. Walker bouncing it. Henry. Somebody's got to shoot it. Double dribble here. All right, that probably should just about do it. 61-53, 29 seconds to play here in this basketball game. And so it'll be Patty who will come right back into the contest for the Pioneers. One timeout left. Pioneers, can they get a stop? You're going to get a sprint out for Caitlin Ross over the top for the layup. It's good, and that'll be the exclamation point. Wise will punch their ticket into the tournament. Baseline 3 by Patty. Rims, no good, and the rebound comes down to Wise, and then Arnwine will commit the foul, and she'll foul out of the contest. So she will exit, our second player to exit via the disqualification for fouls. Hey, we fouled a bunch in the game, and we just didn't have enough offense in the game either. So coming up, it'll be our post-game with Coach Megan Price. It'll be frustrating for her, I'm sure, to talk about a little bit. And then we're going to have our senior recognition for the men. They're going to bring out a video board and recognize the 5 seniors that we have, one of them being Trenton Gibson, which is what a phenomenal career he's had. Van Zant made both. We'll have our complete 6 o'clock newscast presented by Jeffers Funeral and Cremation Services as well before our second game. Walker at 3. This one is off the mark and no good. And the rebound, Peyton Sams for Wise, who is fouled with 4.4 seconds on the clock. Just not enough offense here today. But, hey, this Pioneer team, they've won 5 straight coming in. They've done so by scoring some offense and getting some defense. But it'll be the most points that the Pioneer team will have given up since their loss to Wingate, since their loss to Wingate, what is that? January 5th? Oh, we gave up 80 to Anderson. Totally missed that. 80 to Anderson. Yeah, missed that one. Missed the Carson Newman game. Missed everything. Missed a bunch of them. But since February, 52, 49, 52, 49, 43, 49. Walker hits a 3, but that's it. Wise wins and punches their ticket into the tournament. The Pioneers need a win or an LR loss on Saturday. We'll talk about it with Coach Megan Price when our Pioneer postgame begins next. Your final score was UVA Wise 67, Tusculum 56. Pioneer basketball continues after this here on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Pioneer basketball